Hebrew mother. She she nursed me because she missed me being her kid, and this made my Egyptian mother angry. So she told Yocheved, my mother, to that I am her son, not Yocheved's. She swore it, and I grew up to be a I so I grew up to be a great fighter. I am soft, but I do have a quick temper. And so I used my staff and whacked Ramses on his legs and knocked him to the ground. I offered him up, but he smacked my hand away. And he told me that I was adopted and who knows where I really came from. This shocked me, and ever since I grew up, as an adult, I still was shocked by the mystery of my birth. So I asked my Egyptian mother, whom was my real parents' mother, and she said that, that you're my son, Moses, my son. And she told me, live in the present, not the past. And I said, yes, mother. So then I went to Yocheved, and she and I asked her, who were my real parents? And she didn't tell me because she knew about what happened. So so she so I kept asking, and my brother Aaron told me to leave. So she came out and told me that I am the great grandson. I'm the great grandson, and son of of my fathers. And then I then I found out my true identity, but then it couldn't happen because everything changed. I wasn't allowed to live with Yocheved, and I was an Egyptian now. But then, as I went out, then I saw the slavery of my people were put into slavery, and then one man was being whipped. I grabbed his arm and told him no. So he tried to keep whipping him. So I punched him out, and then he and I got into an argument. I got down and holded him down, saying, never put my people into slavery. But I did something bad. I killed him. And so, because of that, I ran away. I ran and I ran. And I ran away as far away from Egypt as I can. But then I found these three girls, these three women who were at a well, with these three men who were picking at them saying, this is our well. So I knocked them down and told them, find another well. They wouldn't leave, and then I said, run, you cowards. And then they ran off. And then I married one of them, and then suddenly this bush started burning, but the fire didn't destroy it. And then it said Moses. And I wondered who that was. And it was God speaking to me. He said, take off your shoes, Moses, for you stand on holy ground. I asked him, whom are you? And he said, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And he told me that he freed my people. But the Pharaoh would say no when I tell him to let my people go. So God will curse Egypt with many horrors until they are gone, until they do let my people free. And so all the curses kept going on. The river, which is this right here you see, turned into red. And you know what that red was? Blood. Blood. It turned into blood. And then flies come, and then boils on skin, frogs jumping into people's houses, all the livestock through Egypt dies, and then comes the darkness where it's daytime but it's dark. However, the Pharaoh still won't let my people free. But then came the 10th curse. We went to our doors, and we grabbed some grass and dipped it in lamb's blood and marked it on the doorposts. Because God's final curse was that the angel of death would slay all the firstborn in Egypt, but pass over the homes marked with blood. So that's when I said, and to this night we shall call it Passover, for the angel of death passes over our homes, sparing our firstborn, and then the Pharaoh will free us at last. And later on, it was known as the Last Supper, but that's for another time. Anyway, we were finally freed, and we kept going on. Through day and night, at day, God gave us a pillar of fire in the sky, and at night, a pillar of cloud in the sky in the daytime, and at night, a pillar of fire to light our way so we can see where we're going. And then we arrived to this mountain, and God delivered me a message. I told them, the Lord God wants us to obey His commands. And so I had Joshua come with me to the mountains to get the 2 tablets. I got them, but as soon as I went back, I saw that everybody was worshiping a golden calf instead of God. Because I was gone for so long, they lost faith in the Lord and went back to their old ways of Egyptian worship. And when I saw it, I told them, after the wonders God has shown you, how quickly you lose your faith. And then I said, because you broke the law of the Lord God, so I break these tablets. Whoever is on the Lord's side, let him come to me. So the tablets broke, and they felt sorry for worshiping a calf. So I got up to it and said, God has shown you wonders, and yet you worship a graven image, a golden calf.
Watch.
So what I did, I broke the golden calf and made them drink the water out of the calf as punishment, because they wouldn't listen. And so then I went back up for another pair, and those tablets were the 10 commandments. The first commandment is love the Lord God with all your heart and all your strength and all of your spirit. Second one is love your neighbor as yourself. We shall not worship any graven images or idols. We shall not carve idols to worship. Honor your mother and your father, and keep God's name sacred, for God is a voice and not an image. Do not commit adultery or steal, and don't bear witness towards your neighbor. If you follow these laws, then you shall be his treasured children. And so I walked out. Through the yards, and so we passed on through time and time. And so then that after that, we arrived to a point at the river, and I told them that we are almost at an area. We're almost at the chosen area of milk and honey. However, he told me that I will no longer lead them. And so Joshua was chosen next. I told him that I am the past and you are the future. And then I went to the mountains to be reunited with the Lord. And that was my story.